Hey guys, what's going on? Calamity here to bring you another episode of the Anything Goes podcast. Today we got, I don't think we have any NFL news. Actually, no, we have two pieces of NFL news, two pieces of MLB, a lot of esport. Well, it's one topic, but it's a long topic, I guess. And then we got some entertainment, and then we have Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3 to get into. So we're going to start out with, actually we have some NBA news as well. We're going to start off with NBA because we only have three things for those. First being Isaiah Thomas signs a 10-day contract with the Pelicans. His first game was Tuesday and he finished with 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, so good showing from Isaiah Thomas. Drew Holiday and the Bucks have agreed to a 4-year max deal worth $160 million. And the Clippers signed DeMarcus Cousins to a 10-day contract. Biggest takeaway there is that really LA, like the Clippers, the Lakers, they're going to be fighting in the West for a good playoff seeding, and two, possibly to get to the finals, in my opinion. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins is a good signing from them. They also have Rajon Rondo now, who's been playing pretty well. So I think the Clippers will be right up there in the West. They haven't really been playing too well, but I think DeMarcus Cousins will definitely help them. It is only a 10-day contract, so he'll have to play pretty well in those 10 days in order for them to sign him for longer. Same with Isaiah Thomas, but I think Isaiah Thomas, I think they'll both be all right. They'll probably stay with them for the rest of the season at least. But yeah. So then we got NCAA basketball. I know I haven't brought this up in any of the episodes before just because March Madness is a pretty big tournament and it would take a while to get through all those games. But we have the championship game here, and that is Baylor upsetting Gonzaga in the national championship game and spoils their undefeated season. That was a big storyline there, just because Gonzaga, again, was going for the undefeated season. NFL news, we got Sam Darnold traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 2021 6th-round pick and a 2nd and 4th-round pick in 2022. So Panthers get Sam Darnold. They have allowed Teddy Bridgewater to talk to other teams. So it looks like Carolina's going to go with Sam Darnold. That's pretty interesting. That kind of throws off my mock draft because I thought the Jets were going to be focusing on Sam Darnold. Apparently not. So, there's that. And then we got defensive back Quinton Dunbar signs a 1-year deal with the Lions. So, the Lions get a good defensive back. MLB, we got, obviously the MLB started. I think last episode, I don't think the MLB had started yet, like their regular season. I know my Red Sox started 0-3, but they've won 4 games since, so now they're 4-3, looking pretty good. I'm actually really impressed with how they bounced back. Those first 3 games were against Baltimore, so I'm kind of confused as to why they lost all 3, but that was interesting. And then we have, this isn't really, I mean, it's news, but it's kind of like a more uplifting thing. Trey Mancini has his first appearance in Baltimore since beating cancer. He received a standing ovation when his name was announced in the lineup. And he also got a standing ovation when he got his first hit. So very cool to see him back. I like Trey Mancini. I think he was diagnosed with, I think it was colon cancer a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. Somewhere in that time frame. But he's beat it and he's back. And good to see him coming back. We'll go into entertainment now, and then we'll go to esports, and then we'll go back kind of to entertainment to talk about the Falcon and Winter Soldier. For esports, it's just Call of Duty. They have their second major start on Wednesday, and sorry, let me fix my microphone here. You're probably pretty far away. Bring that in here. Stop. Right there. All right. So yeah. Call of Duty had their second major start on Wednesday. First couple matches were elimination matches, so it's double elimination. They have a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. Team teams that started in the losers bracket. As soon as they lose, they're done, obviously. So the first two games were in the losers bracket. We had the LA Thieves against Paris Legion. LA won 3-0. Paris got eliminated. And then we had the LA Gorillas against the Florida Mutineers. Florida won 3-0 as well, eliminating the Gorillas. Then we had winners bracket. We had NYSL versus Dallas Empire. Empire won 3-0, getting some revenge on the Subliners. Subliners moved to losers bracket, so they're not eliminated yet. Then we had the Toronto. I almost said Toronto Raptors. Toronto Ultra versus Chicago Optic, and this one was kind of an upset. Ultra won 3-1, and Chicago moves to losers. That was very surprising for me, and for most people, because Chicago just came off a pretty good win against Empire. Actually, a really good win against Empire. And it just somehow they fell flat again. They won the first map pretty closely, actually, and then it just fell off from there. They had control of the search and destroy map, but that somehow turned to shit. So we'll see. Hopefully they can make a run in the losers bracket, but we'll see. And then we have the LA Thieves played their second match against the London Royal Ravens. They ended up winning 3-2 in a reverse sweep. London moves to losers. Seattle Surge played Florida Mutineers, so Florida getting their second game in. Unfortunately, they lost. They lost to Seattle 3-1, and Florida got eliminated. And then the next matchups, so for today, we have the Dallas Empire versus Minnesota Rocker. We have Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. And we have the Optic versus Seattle Surge. And then we have the New York Subliners against the LA Thieves. Now, this one, the losers of the Optic versus Surge and the New York versus Thieves games, actually, no. I'm confused by that bracket now because the Thieves haven't. Oh no, the Thieves started in the losers bracket. Okay. So yeah, the losers of the Seattle Surge, Chicago Optic, and the New York Subliners versus LA Thieves get eliminated. And then the losers of the Dallas Empire, Minnesota Rocker, and Atlanta FaZe, Toronto Ultra will just move to losers bracket and have to face the winners of the former losers bracket games, if that makes sense. My predictions for these ones: Dallas Empire, Minnesota Rocker is a tough one. I'm going to say Rocker 3-2. And then we got FaZe versus Ultra. I'm gonna say FaZe. FaZe 3-1. Then we got the Optic versus Seattle Surge. I'm gonna say Chicago 3-1. And then we got New York Subliners versus LA Thieves. This one's another tough one. Subliners versus LA Thieves. I'm gonna go with Subliners 3-2, eliminating LA Thieves, and Seattle Surge get eliminated. But honestly, I could see that one going either way. I could see the Rocker and Empire one going either way as well. But I think the Empire Minnesota Rocker one, whoever's winning is winning 3-2. I think that's. I don't want to say guaranteed because it's probably not, but. And then LA Thieves NYSL. I mean, that one could technically go either way as well, but I have too much confidence in New York right now and how they've been playing. LA Thieves have been playing pretty good. Yesterday and Wednesday they played really well, but they almost got swept by London Royal Ravens. Now I know they did a reverse sweep on them, but you go down 0-2 to NYSL, you're probably gonna lose. I don't see you coming back and reverse sweeping NYSL. Actually, I just did the complete opposite of what I said I was gonna do. I said I was gonna go entertainment, then COD, then whatever. It's fine. I'm kind of all over the place here. So now we go into entertainment. We have Space Jam 2 trailer was released. I saw it. Looked pretty good. I think LeBron has the edge on Michael Jordan in terms of acting. His acting definitely seemed a lot better than Michael Jordan's in Space Jam. but he has been in more stuff than Michael Jordan has. So I mean, I guess you kind of expect it. Um, looks pretty good. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely watch it. I don't think it'll live. I like the first one a lot. I don't know if it'll live up to the first one at all, but we'll see. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna have my mindset on it being a bad movie or anything or worse than the first one. Um, I hope it does surprise me, and I hope it is better than the first one, but you never know. And then we have a new trailer for Loki came out. It looked really good. I'm excited for that to come out. I think it comes out in June, I think. Um, that one looks good, like really good. I'm interested to see how that works with the timeline because he works with like seems like he works with the people that monitor time and do all that stuff. And it kind of looks like he has to go back and do something with the Infinity Stones again. So that'll be interesting to see. Warner Brothers says their Frosty the Snowman live action film is still in development. And then we have some Knives Out news. Two pieces of news. Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig are reportedly receiving $100 million each for the Knives Out sequels, and the Knives Out deal with Netflix is worth $469 million, with $1 million each to Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig. Crazy. Star Wars is the Bad Batch will have 14 episodes. That's coming out. Oh man, April 14th, I think, is the date I had seen. Then we have Netflix and Sony have signed a deal where all major 2022 Sony films release on Netflix after they finish their theatrical run. Pretty interesting there. That does not include Venom 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home. So that does not include those because those are coming out in 2021. So just a heads up there. Din Djarin will appear in the Book of Boba Fett. You Star Wars fans should know what that name is, and hopefully I said it right. Then we have Tom Holland will star in The Crowded Room for Apple. He will play Billy Milligan, the first person ever acquitted of a crime because of multiple personality disorder. Okay, seems interesting. Kind of cool to see Tom Holland kind of. I don't want to say beef up his resume. Isn't a good phrasing for that. I want to say like, what am I trying to think of here? Showing his range, I guess, because well, I guess he kind of has played that kind of person before. In the Netflix movie, what was it called? The one with him and Robert Pattinson. I can't think of it, but he kind of played that a little bit. I mean, not the multiple personality disorder, but definitely the kind of like the crime killer kind of thing. But it'd still be cool to watch. I can't wait to watch. I'll probably watch that. Even though it's for Apple, I don't think I've watched anything on Apple TV, to be completely honest. Yeah, and then we got Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3. So if you guys have not watched that, stop watching now. Alright. That was my warning for spoilers. Anyway. By the way, for anyone who has seen episode 3 and is still listening, I don't know if anyone has seen this or not, but they did release an hour-long scene or hour-long footage of Zemo doing his famous dance from episode 3, which was actually really funny. But episode 3, so to me, this episode it set up a lot in my opinion. I mean, we got Sharon back, and she's pretty nasty. I'm not gonna lie, but they kind of make it seem like she's the bad guy, and they just don't know it yet. So I'm interested to see how they're gonna play that. I hope she's not because she's been a really good asset for Steve Rogers and Bucky and Sam. So hopefully she's not bad, but that's kind of the way they set it up because no one knows who really the bad guy is. So maybe she's working for him in like a covert thing. I don't really know because she hasn't been pardoned yet by the United States. So uh, it could go either way. I mean, honestly, and again, I hope she's not, but you never know. Um, and then we have Bucky and Sam freeing Zemo from jail, and he's kind of working with them now. I hope. I mean, he's not. You definitely don't trust him to be on his own or do anything because I mean, we've already found that out in this episode where he killed the guy who was working on the super soldier serum, um, which was an interesting scene. I mean, it's kind of Sam was mad about that at first, but then he kind of just like got over it, and it was just weird. I don't know, but from then on, definitely action packed. I loved it. Another weird thing that they kind of set up. Well, I don't know if it's weird, but I feel like in the trailers we've seen Sam with Captain America's shield like practicing it. So you're kind of assuming that he's gonna take the mantle of Captain America, but then Bucky said he was going to take Captain America's shield away from uh John, who's the new Captain America. So I don't really know how, and it seems like Sam doesn't want it. He doesn't want that pressure of trying to emulate Steve Rogers, which isn't what Captain America should do. But I think Bucky should be the one to take the mantle anyways. So I'm gonna be really happy if he does. But that's how they kind of set it up, was that he was gonna take the mantle of it. So we'll see how the next. I have to watch the next one tonight, episode 4. And then after that, we only have 2 episodes left. It's gone by quick. I wish there was more episodes, but I mean, it's probably setting up something else, so we'll see. But all in all, it was still a really good episode. A lot of action, like I said, some funny moments with dancing and lines and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. I'm definitely glad they made this into a show. We kind of get that Bucky and Sam dynamic way more in a show than we would in a movie. So that's always good to get. It can only get better from here, honestly. I mean, it's been really good so far. I think it's been the most watched show or most talked about show or whatever ever. So that's always good for your ratings. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode more than, or as much as I did, because it was a good episode. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. Pretty quick episode, actually. Not a whole lot of news because we don't have, free agent signings and all this other stuff. But I'll try and dive more into MLB next week. And I will also cover the rest of the Call of Duty Major 2. There should be some more basketball news as well. I don't know about NFL for next week. What's today? The 9th. Actually, is the draft next week? I think the draft might be next week. So we may have a lot to talk about with the NFL. So next week should definitely be a longer episode. Again, this one's only like 20 minutes long. So pretty quick episode. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TDG Calamity for updates on podcast episodes, new YouTube content, anything like that. Again, I get most of my entertainment news, or all of my entertainment news, from Culture Crave on Twitter. Follow them as well. And then all my sporting news comes from ESPN pretty much, and Bleacher Report. So be sure to follow them for all your sporting updates. And that's it. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week.